Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Hey, Callum.
Yes.
When I think of people saving the world, I think of Superman, the Avengers, Doctor Who. But what if I told you there are people in the real world who saved the day and have never lost? That's right, I said never lost. They have a 100% strike rate at solving people's problems. Of course, we're talking to Shad Pete from their Fringe show, Shad Pete Save the World, running from the 16th of February all the way through to the end of Fringe, the 16th of March in Gluttony. Welcome, Shad Pete.
I gotta say, we've been taking this show around the country and doing radio chats for a while. Easily best introduction we've ever had.
Best intro, hey. I mean, for
Took
good
me about
reason.
half an hour, so thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
It's great
It
stuff.
came straight from the
Never
heart.
lost.
You need to write our copy for the show next year.
Now, guys, we're very keen to have you back on. You are fresh favourites. You've been on our show for consecutive times. Can we ask, can you give a rundown? What is your show about for people who don't know?
Yeah, so it's really simple, actually. The way it works is you rock up to our show, you write down any problems you've got in your life. Nothing's too big, nothing's too small, nothing's off limits. In fact, the more messed up, the better. You put them in a bucket on stage. Myself, Pete, and some very special guests from around the festival will solve them for you with a 100% success rate guaranteed.
Never
Yeah,
fail.
jeez. Now, you keep mentioning this 100% strike rate. I've got to know, what's the secret? Is it grog? Is it brainstorm?
I think it's a perfect balance of just born with overconfidence.
Yep.
Yeah.
The grog does help.
Yeah.
And
Tequila
then,
of choice is usually mine. So yeah.
and then really just having a facial expression of I'm backing myself on what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do people come into power? I don't even think they believe their own policies, but,
No.
you just got to sell it.
So if you believe yourself, the others will believe you.
Absolutely. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. We do believe ourselves because we are right every time.
How good. I mean, have you ever been thrown a question that's a little too sticky where it kind of breaks you a little bit?
Actually, last year we were at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and oftentimes, because it's a late, loose, boozy show, sometimes people come in a bit drunk and they write things down that aren't real. They're just writing crook stuff, jokes or whatever. And we usually just toss those away because we're looking for real, serious problems to solve. And one time this thing came out of the bucket and I thought, this sounds like a joke, but I'm going to say it just in case. And it was my fiance cheated on me with my mum.
Wow.
Jeez.
And
yeah.
I said, okay, ha, but just in case, and just boom. This was like immediately in the show. Hand goes up, front row. Yep, that's me, last Christmas. And she just laid it all on the line.
It happened
Wow.
at Christmas.
Around
Yeah.
Christmas time.
They live together.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Time for family, I suppose.
Yeah.
Take it
It's
literally.
great. Saves a commute. It's awesome.
Did you end up solving the problem?
What do you mean? We got a 100% success rate. You did the intro.
My bad, of course.
99.9, mate.
We both grew up in far north Queensland, so we didn't see the issue initially.
you know, this is a show for problems, not solutions.
Yeah, it sounds like a brag, but sure.
I mean, do you get
polyamory is really in vogue at the moment, guys, and I think
Yeah.
that you should welcome that into your life.
Yeah. I like that advice. Do you ever get people coming up asking for advice from you guys that when it's not in your show, when it's in your day-to-day life, they see you as kind of public therapist now?
You know what? It's like, even though we do a show of this type of style, I don't think I'm the person my friends look to for advice. I'm actually, I think, the one that they all sit around and go,
Don't tell Shad.
Nah, I think they're more like, man, I had a bad day today, but at least I'm not Shad.
Yeah, really. Your major role in your social circle, and I've observed this, is just turning up in a fun shirt. That's that's Shad's sort of thing. He just turns up when a conversation lulls, no one's got anything to say. They look at Shad and they go, that's a cool shirt, mate.
fun
That's a
shirt.
nice shirt. Where did you get that shirt
got a lot
from?"
going on.
So, guys, you walked in with it this morning. You've got this big sign you're going to be putting up in Ebenezer Place for people to write down their problems. And we did speak about it a bit off air, but how many problems do you reckon are actually going to be written up, and how much do you think will be phallic symbols?
Well, I would hope. It's going to be heaps of phallic symbols. I feel like I wanted to be optimistic, and I didn't want to put that in people's heads. But no, we're going to have this. It's like an A-frame out in Ebenezer Place. We're going to have texts on there. You can write down your problems there. You can be anonymous, or you can write your name on there. Our Instagram handle's there. We would love it if people put their problems up there, tag us in it, and we're going to maybe solve some as well on our socials throughout the
And we'll be
festival.
going over there every couple of days just to see where it's at.
Yeah.
And if you have posted and tagged us and you go, this this is my problem. Best sort of problems of the week will be getting free tickets to our show. So
Wow.
that's something to keep in mind
good.
if you're walking past Ebenezer Place and you see us.
Amazing.
It's big white thing. We want it to be covered in problems by the end of the festival, which would be fantastic. So
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you can catch Shad and Pete Save the World tonight until the 16th of March at Gluttony. Get your tickets at adelaidefringe.com.au, but don't go anywhere because Shad and Pete aren't, and we haven't barricaded them in the studio. They're here willingly. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah. They're here willingly. They're going to solve your problems now, Adelaide. Text in. Like they said, no problem is too big, too small. Nothing is off limits. We'll kick things off with a text that came through. It goes, I need help. I bought a coffee on my way into work. They gave me soy milk, which I hate. Should I turn around and change it over or just deal with it and get another coffee when I get into work?
Well, there's two ways you could tack this, I feel, Pete.
Okay, sure.
One is get a real milk. That's probably the first one.
Sure thing.
But the other is...
Okay, Mr. Almond Latte before going on air. What are we
Come on
talking
now.
about?
That soy's got a lot of carcinogenics and you need to upgrade your milk. But the other thing is, and I actually have done this when I've gotten the wrong coffee order, is you just go back and you wait for someone else's order and say you're them.
Wow, so you start a chain of thievery in the coffee shop.
Pretty
Yes,
much.
full
So
grub
you've got the
tactics to
soy,
start the morning.
You're like, I don't like this. And you hear and it's like, oh, Deborah. And you're like, I'm Deborah. And you go and you grab that and you leave. Because baristas, they don't know. They're too busy.
They're in a rush. They're
Yeah,
like just
g'day,
coffees out.
mate. I'm Deborah. Nice that's fine, thanks.
Fine,
Yeah,
mate.
cheers.
Thanks,
Deborah
bro.
here,
Good on
good on you.
Go back and tag it, mate. No one cares. And then leave yours back there. Put the little Deborah tag on top of that. She can deal with the soy.
We've done it again.
Well, guys, we got some people on the phone line with their problems as well. We're going to kick things off with Yvette in Plimpton. Yvette, good morning. Have you got a problem for the boys?
Guys, I've got my whole class here. We all need help. Tell them. Help! Help!
A whole
Tell them,
class.
guys.
How many
gonna get
students
fired.
are we talking about?
31.
Wow. You've got a whole arena there, Shad and Pete.
Well, it sounds like 31 young minds have got a problem of Miss isn't teaching us this morning.
yeah. Just listen to
need to
dance
grow
music this
mold.
time in the morning.
How can we help you, mate?
I need to teach science today, and we need to grow mould. And the kids were all supposed to bring their lunch boxes along to grow some mouldy food, but I forgot today's a lunch day. We have to grow mould. What can we use in our classroom? Guys,
Oh, it sounds like genuine turmoil here in this classroom. So you forgot to go grocery shopping. Is that what's happened? You forgot to go and get...
No. It's a pizza lunch on today.
Oh, there's a
We're gonna
pizza
use
lunch, so no one brought
something up
lunch.
their lunchbox to
So you
grow
can't
some
show any
mould.
mold happening.
And there's mould for us to grow today. There's nothing to use. There's no sandwiches, there's no apples, there's no bananas. Because we're having pizza lunch. And we can't grow mould on pizza. What can
I've
we use
got to
in our
say,
classroom?
you shouldn't be a teacher.
Is that the advice? Is that nail in the
it's
coffin?
kind of getting there.
Don't worry about the mold.
I love this breakfast show, but listen, if I knew that my kids were listening to like dance music in the morning and the teacher's assignment was bring your mouldy sandwiches in, I'd be like, what school have I sent my kids to?
That's Adelaide, mate.
Well, I think usually there's going to be one kid in there that's requested a vegetarian pizza, and it's usually just one. We're just going to have to sacrifice the veggie. I'm sorry.
Who will sacrifice their sandwich? Oh, great! Johnny,
Yeah.
over there.
We've done it again. Thanks, mate.
Good on you, Yvette. Thanks for getting involved. All right.
It's going to be the most PG problem we've ever had.
Hey, state schools are great schools, mate. I'll tell you that much.
Let's wrap things up with Tara, Aberfoyle Park. Tara, have you got a problem for the boys as well?
Good morning, boys. How are you?
Fantastic.
G'day, Tara.
Feeling great.
Amazing. I'm going to a party tonight, and two of my ex-boyfriends are going to be there. And I'm going with my new boo. What do I do?
Wow, jeez. What kind don't you expand your friendship circles? What's happening?
Also, great work giving a fake name, Taylor Swift. Wow, you've really got yourself in a little pickle there. Also, what's the party? Who's putting the party on?
It's just a friend's birthday.
Right. Okay. And do the two that are there that are exes know as well that you used to sleep with them too?
Nah, they don't. They've never met each other, I don't think.
Oh, so
Well,
you're getting
mate-
like a 3 interaction. Hey, you've slept with most of the party, it would seem.
Well, maybe it's as well, it's like when you're at a party, oftentimes the most uncomfortable thing is not knowing what people have in common with each other.
Yeah.
And you can go, hey guys, I know you've never met each other, but boy, do you have something that links you. And then you just get the 2 thumbs up, point to yourself and go, this
Huge.
guy.
Huge.
What do you think?
I reckon I can do that. I reckon that would be great.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a very busy night.
Keys in the bowl, mate.
Sounds like to me another problem solved.
100% accuracy right there, boys.
We're still
well
counting
done.
it.
Remember, you can go put your problems on their big A-frame sign in Ebenezer Place. You can catch their show from tonight all the way to the 16th of March. It's Shad and Pete Save the World. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so
Always
much,
a treat,
guys.
guys. Thank you.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.